Yeah.
Badly.
Nobody hates our listeners enough.
True. We are live. Welcome, boys and girls, to the Dropshot Call of Duty podcast. Patreon, not Patreon. Fuck! Whatever. You
Really
get
trying,
it.
huh?
I don't know. It's an episode number...
Ask.
fucking 2:30, I want to say. Not 2:30 at all. 5:30. You get it. Welcome to the show. Remember episode 230 when Warzone was good and played?
I remember. Yeah, I remember that exact episode.
I remember the topic of episode 230. Yeah. Welcome to the show. Today is not that. It's episode 530.
The burps are flowing, man.
The burps are flowing. And we have an ep for you. Yeah, so you guys know what it is. Black and yellow. Also, nothing's happened, of course, once again.
Black and yellow, black and yellow.
The game isn't good,
is
the thing. So, what we're going to do today is answering some questions from you guys. We have a Discord channel called Q&A Questions. You can ask stuff, and we'll fucking answer it, maybe. If it's not a dog shit question. Many of them are.
True.
In fact, the vast majority are. But we'll do our best. Yeah. We'll sift through the refuse and find some good ones, hopefully. That's what we're doing today.
I mean, maybe. It's possible. You never know.
One or two gems.
Ask.
Yeah. So if you want to ask a question live, you can do that. Super chat, donate, whatever. $3 or more.
Yeah.
We're panhandling. So, yeah.
Okay.
We're panhandlers. So that's what we're doing. Yeah, and by the way, I mean, as far as other announcements go, nothing really. Probably a pretty normal schedule next week, not sure. Get in the Discord if you want to see it. Didn't ask.
I work later on Saturday, so the pod would have to start like an hour later.
We'll see what happens, yeah. We might have another surprise for you guys.
There's an update. There's an update next week, so there will be something to talk about, unfortunately. Super unfortunately.
Well, I'm happy about that. I'd rather talk about something than fucking nothing. But there will be an update. There won't be that much to talk about, though, because we covered the fucking whatever blog post where they're like, hey, we're adding a chainsaw or whatever, this fucking melee weapon. That's it. And that's all. So, okay. So then we're going to get the update and we're going to be like, cool, the things they said they were going to add, they added half of them. The other half are bugged and I died to a cheater, even though I'm not even in the game. So cool.
Yeah.
That's going to be fun.
Well, we can start with the first question from chat, by the way.
Say again?
Nothing. Finish what you're saying.
Okay. Anyway, yeah, so other than that, as far as announcements go, yeah, nothing really. So, yeah, I guess we'll have Season 4 Reloaded to talk about.
Yay. Yippee!
Or whatever the update is. Season 4 Reloaded. Next week. We'll see how that goes. And yeah, I mean, the best case scenario is they implement everything they said they would, and it works. And that's not much. So, like, yeah, we'll go over it, but, you know, no one's playing Warzone. None of you are playing Warzone. I'm not playing Warzone. Rob Easy's not playing Warzone. Fucking no one is. So we are all in what we called a holding pattern in the United States Armed Forces, of which I was a part. Just waiting for the next integration. And it's that simple. So anyway, now we're going to answer some of your fuck-ass questions. Biggie fucking Smalls. Imagine you two are good enough Warzone players to compete in the World Series of Warzone. Boy, is this question germane. Oh, wow. Build out your other two teammates and define what roles each of you would play. Okay, so I'll start there. If I'm good enough to compete in the World Series of Warzone, I'm not doing that. Hope that helps. Hey, if I'm good enough to compete, still not gonna. If I'm forced to, I'm picking two teammates and they're each one's gonna secure the cyanide capsules for us. The other one's gonna mail one to me, and then we're all gonna take them at the same time and fucking kill ourselves. instead of playing this game.
That sounds
It's
good
a
to me,
joke.
man.
It's a joke. I could be good enough to compete in the World Series of Warzone and not even make it past the open qualifiers.
Yeah.
Because no one cares. No one except the people who are coping really hard to try and play.
Cope become cowboy.
Like Cope the Come Cowboy is playing Warzone. So anyway, I'll pretend this question makes any fucking sense, but it doesn't. So that's the real answer, first of all. So in a fantasy world where I would want to play in the World Series of Warzone if I was good enough, build out your other two teammates. Okay, pause. I don't know what that means. Do I pick anyone?
Pick two teammates, man. Pick two teammates.
Biffle and Shifty. No, Biffle and Hisoka. Hisoka tells me where to go. Biffle and I point our guns at things and kill them.
So is World Series of Warzone quad suddenly, or are we not on the same team? Are we each on our own team? Is that what we're doing here?
Oh, fuck yeah, I'm not taking you fucking at all. No,
okay.
Fuck no.
Well, then,
I'm taking Biffle, obviously.
Okay,
yeah.
Then I'm taking Hisoka.
I already took Hisoka.
You can't. We got to draft it, man. You take one, I take the next.
Okay, fine. Fuck.
Fair. Then I'm not playing. If you get both of them, I'm not playing.
Okay,
That's
you're
the rule, man.
Protesting? All right, fine. So I take Biffle, you take Hisoka.
No reason to go to land.
I don't know any other IGLs, man. I couldn't
Rob
do it.
Easy. Take Rob Easy. He's on the verge.
Just out pity. Yeah, we could take Rob Easy. Yeah, he said he was a good IGL. If Biffle's on my team, it actually doesn't matter. I could take Biffle and Kev, and we would win the World Series of Warzone. So maybe I would do that for the laughs. Yeah. Yeah.
Imagine Kev on land, dude. He'd be so lost.
He'd be twisted.
Biffle's a little soy boy. He's quiet though, man. Who's gonna be the yapper?
Yeah, no, I know. We'd need a real IGL. I don't know who that would be.
Here's the issue with the question here, Biggie. The game sucks and it's dead. So that's kind of the issue here.
Yeah.
Is that there's no more World Series of Warzone after this year, unfortunately. Fortunately, actually.
Yeah, so.
Oh, and he said at the end, obviously, if it was just best chance of winning, you'd go with Biffle and Hisoka. So yeah, you're right. You answered your own question.
Yeah. Yeah, I see. So he goes, take into account likability, and he made that 2 words for some reason.
That doesn't matter. Yeah.
Considering how much time you'd have to grind together. Okay, realistically, $1 million tournament, I don't need to like my teammates at all. I want the best players who are giving me the best chances of winning. I don't need to like them. I have friends
Considering
already.
how much time you'd have to grind together and be in comms with them. Yeah.
Yeah, I just don't. Especially because Biffle and Hisoka, from what I've seen, are perfectly polite, nice, easy to get along with, normal people.
Well.
It's like if it was like, I don't know, pick someone who's good but weird. I would love Scummin, so that I was gonna use him as an example, but that would be my best friend actually. So maybe I would take Scummin and Biffle actually, because he's extremely toxic. That makes him much more likable to me. Pause. But yeah, realistically, I don't care. Yeah, I'll have bad coworkers for $1 million. Yeah, that's fine. That's totally fine. Fuck, is that fine?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, Scummin sounds fun.
And he's really good. I probably would go Scummin actually. Scummin and Biffle. Team's good enough.
Scummin's team finished first in the quals.
Yeah, and he got didn't he get like 3rd or 2nd at the last World Series of Warzone too?
I know the answer to that. I'm just not gonna.
I'm pretty confident he got like top 5 too.
It's possible.
So he's fucking nuts and he's super funny and toxic. So I'd really want him on my team actually.
Yeah,
I'm
taking anybody as long as they're American and not a Brit.
Oh, obvious. It literally didn't cross my mind. Not a single European player did. Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Because they would be so unlikable, I wouldn't be able to do it. Yeah.
Teaming up with Kev sounds fun though.
So anyway, yeah. So, all right. So that was a question. Next one is from. I'm in streamer mode, but I think this is Lee Mundo.
Lemon Frames, and it starts with not
That's
a question,
what I said.
so we'll be skipping it, obviously. Thanks for the statement, Lemon Frames.
I want to read this actually, because I want to evaluate this. A prediction observation. Since time is a flat circle, don't say that. COD will go through Nietzsche. The exact cycle it went through from 07 to 18. We've had boots on the ground CODs. Yeah, this is a lot of words. Okay. MW26 returns to some of COD's roots. So I don't know what that means. Then Sledge brings the hammer. I hate you. Yeah, with Advanced Warfare 2. No. So yeah, already you're off to the races in the wrong direction. Unlike the original, the community is as split over it because of the yearning for jetpacks to change things up. Yeah, you're just so wrong. IW sees it do well and tries to implement it into COD 29. Yeah, okay, yeah. So you're just wrong. Yeah. We're never going to see jetpacks in COD again. Or because every single mode will be infested with AI, maybe they will be willing to add jetpacks back, because even though it introduces a big skill gap, it doesn't matter. No one's playing against another real person. Yeah. So maybe you're right, but probably not. I don't think we're ever getting jetpacks back. Because if we were going to get jetpacks back, I feel like we would be getting them this year, which we are not. So maybe.
Yeah.
But it would be because of AI. Yeah. So.
Yeah. Thanks, Lemon Frames.
Yeah. So anyway. Jakin, do you think Warzone not having as much narrative driven seasons and storylines has had an effect that on the hype or intrigue or new seasons, etc.? Okay.
I mean, certainly not for us, but we don't know what the average player wants at all. Yeah. So it's probably the biggest thing missing to with the game for those people is there's no narrative driven storyline for the season. Yeah. So probably. Yeah.
I don't know.
Of course not for me, obviously not, but for everyone else, yeah. I mean, probably bring it up every
I feel
season.
like the reason you're asking that is because you're reflecting on like the narrative heavy seasons we've had in the past and how popular they were, and you're trying to like draw a correlation, which is fair. But every time we've had that I can remember of like a huge, big narrative, story-driven new season, it's also had like big changes to the game, and that's why they were popular, not really because of the narrative thing. So like when the fucking nuke hit Verdansk or whatever, and there was like the grounds opened up or whatever, it was like, oh wow, this is really different, let's all get on and play. And you might be thinking like, oh yeah, because the story, because fucking Sally dropped the nuke or whatever the fuck. But in reality, I think maybe, but again, I don't know, Tanner's right. It's just because that was like a big update. I think all of the new seasons that have the most transformative shit are going to also happen to have the most narrative and story stuff in them to kind of justify the changes for the people who care about that. But I don't think that's what makes them popular. That would be my guess. But again, don't know. I don't think the casual players care about the story really either, to be honest. I don't think they know what the fuck's going on.
Yeah, I mean, every time COD tweets like an image of some guy from the storyline, everyone is like, oh my gosh, what, he's back, this and that. So yeah, I think the average person fucking loves all of that. So nobody knows.
Yeah, no one knows.
That's the real answer. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. What would you guys think of a Juggernaut mode in BO6 multiplayer, similar to how they have the hardcore mode? It would have 300 health like in Warzone from Distortion. It's actually a good idea. I hated this at first because I thought you meant the Juggernaut suit, but you just mean like extra health as opposed to less health like hardcore. That's a cool idea. I think that'd be fun. I think that'd be really fun.
Sounds fine. Yeah.
Yeah. I think that'd be cool.
I'm good at that. I wouldn't play it, obviously, but yeah, it sounds cool.
Urban asked an excellent question. If Pangea was real, which it was, by the way, would EU players still suck at Call of Duty?
They will always suck, and they'll
great
always
stuff.
be the worst no matter what. Yeah.
Pangea was like the supercontinent before all the earthquakes, like millions of years ago. So that's what that is. It was real. It's not together anymore. They broke up. Yeah, they would still suck balls. Yeah, obviously. It's something's wrong with their soul. That's the thing. So you can put Europe on Mars. They would still suck balls if they're from there. Yeah. So. Yeah. And everything. So.
I hate them. Yeah.
And then the Hurricane said, "Always remember there wouldn't be America without England."
Is that a 24?
Retarded. It should have been, but England would never exist without Denmark.
We'll do it now.
So, yeah, I like that.
There we go.
You can get Mixie on the custom times too. Hit him with a little 26-hour if you wanted. Any length of time.
How do I do that?
Type /timeout space length, and then you put in whatever time you want.
Timeout space Razinon.
Okay, good luck. That's not a link, you stupid fuck. Anyway, so yeah, just a really
type the name first, buddy.
Stupid.
You have to type the name first. Can't type the amount of time without a name, buddy. Hope that helps.
That's wrong.
Okay.
So just keep that in mind. Jake, aka Franklin the Turtle, because he's slow as fuck at everything. Is there anything worse than dying to shit cans using VoIP for comms? That's a good question. That's a really good question.
You don't hear that too much anymore. Because of, why don't you? Oh, because they made it so you could do like that chat outside of the game now or some shit. What was it before?
That's what they said.
I don't remember. Yeah, I used to hear a lot more
before, it's like if you were on console and you typed into you spoke into your mic, it was like prox chat and team chat at the same time or something.
Yeah, that's what it was. The issue now is people don't talk as much on VoIP because if you're still playing Warzone, you have crippling depression. So you're not talking anyways because you don't talk to anybody because you're depressed. So yeah. Yeah,
and you have social anxiety so bad you can't even.
So nobody speaks on VoIP anymore.
Yeah.
I'm not sure I've ever died to anybody actually talking on VoIP though. Usually don't. It's always the worst player in the lobby.
That's why this question is here.
Yeah.
Jake gets so mad when we die.
He is, yeah. How have his anger levels been with ABI? Does he ever get mad?
No, not like nothing. No, nothing makes anyone as mad as COD does now.
Which is crazy, right? We've had this discussion many times, but it's the craziest thing that you get more angry. You could get more angry dying in respawn resurgence on Call of Duty than losing all of your loot and quest items in like Tarkov or ABI when your life matters. It's
actually
crazy.
Yeah, actually,
because the game sucks.
Yeah. And it matters so much more when you die in like ABI, but
you just don't even get that mad.
It's still just it's just insane. So, with that in mind, it just doesn't work. Never mind. I was gonna show you guys a really funny video, but we could listen to it, I guess. But it's Jake dying to a C9.
He's the best. Are you fucking kidding me? The C9 isn't good. He was.
Oh, it's great stuff.
Are we listening?
I won't play the whole thing, but it's in our Discord and Catfish Deaths. It's pinned as fuck. The C9 isn't good. It's my clips. We were laughing about that today.
Oh,
God damn it, it's funny. Oh man, great stuff. But yeah, nothing makes me as mad as COD does, even close, like remotely close.
Yeah.
Because it's just always, just dumb, stupid shit. Because when you die to bullshit in ABI, for example, or Tarkov, like once in a while it's a cheater, fine. But like, it's usually someone's ratting you. Okay. Actually, Tarkov has really bad desync. Tarkov has a lot of bullshit, so ABI anyway. Someone's ratting you, or they're just using insane gear. And it's like, okay, he has a level 6 helmet. Like, this is like dumb. So it's like, all right, well, whatever. So it's just stupid design decision. But it's like, it's not the game just fucking your ass. I don't know, whatever. So anyway, next is from Lemon Frames. Is it fucking awful to have hope that Battlefield can have a BR mode that can rival or overtake fucking War fucking Zone in both popularity and quality? These season 4 patch notes have ticked me off to a T. I've never heard that expression. Don't say it again. Of course that's not bad to hope for. No. I think no matter what, you should be hoping for. This is what they always say, and it's kind of a meme usually when people say it. Like, people did this meme when X-Defiant came out. Yeah. They were like, oh, but another Respawn arena shooter or arcade shooter like COD is good because it gives COD more competition. It doesn't though. That's the thing. You can't make competition in that arena anymore. Respawn multiplayer FPS games are dead. Arcade games are dead. The only one left that will ever be left is COD. Everything after that is, if it's arcade style only, it's going to fail, or it's going to be a different genre, and that's why it's popular. But you're never competing with COD again in the arcade multiplayer, Respawn multiplayer stage. However, when it comes to BR, I don't think that's true. I think there actually can be competition to Warzone, especially right now, because Warzone is still the BR genre, which is still popular. Warzone itself is quite stale. People are kind of like bored of it. They got Verdansk, they did their big hoorah, and then it didn't like matter. Player numbers are still just as kind of bad as they were like season 2 of this year, right? So yeah, now or anytime really is going to be a great time for some new BR to come in, be pretty good, and take it over. Yeah, like I was watching. We've talked a lot about this on Patreon already, but this morning also, I was watching an Iceman Isaac video that came out on my algo, talking about the World Series Warzone shit. And he said the same thing everyone's saying, like, oh yeah, it was a fucking disaster, it's a mess, it's a joke, the devs suck, whatever. And then toward the end of it, he was like, and by the way, guys, like, if you think it's going to get better, like, it's not going to get better. They've demonstrated already they don't care about the cheaters, or they can't do it, so that's never going to happen. So what I'm going to do, he says, is play COD while it's fun, when it's fun, when I'm not dying to cheaters. If I am, I'm getting off. And in the meantime, I am actively looking for another game to like main to play. He's like, but the reality is I'm not leaving COD because there's nowhere to go right now. But as soon as there is, I'm fucking gone. Yeah. Which is true. So that's why it is good to have hope that Battlefield can have a good BR mode that can rival or overtake Warzone. Now, don't get your hopes up. You can have hopes, but keep them low. Keep them grounded. Because Battlefield also fucking sucks a lot. And it is, there's an infinitesimal chance it's going to be good. There is a 50-50 chance it'll be better than Warzone, but that doesn't mean anything, right? A game can be better than Warzone and be awful dog shit. Obviously. As like right now. I mean, obviously again. But will it be good? Probably not. Not by Battlefield. Not unless DICE has been fired or firebombed, which I don't think they have been. So yeah, it'll suck. It might be better than Warzone. It might not, but I think it's
multiplayer will be fun though. Multiplayer Battlefield will be good.
It'll be fun for 6 hours.
No, a lot more than that.
No.
It's fun for longer than COD multiplayer by a long shot, so that's good. It'll be fun.
Didn't ask. You just like playing against bots, so you can just say that. So, because Battlefield multiplayer has bots, yeah. Tanner loves bots. Okay. Be praised with the tier 1 sub. Let's fucking go. 6 months. Welcome back, Chief. Thanks, fucking king. Very kind of you, sir. So anyway, yeah, I'm excited for the next Battlefield though. But yeah, I'm excited for the multiplayer to fuck around on it. I've missed K-BAM shooter games. I'm learning a lot. It's so much more fun. Yeah. Like, yeah, it's so much more satisfying.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's
And you're just not allowed to play COD on KBAM. So that's another thing too. Yeah,
it's boring.
Yeah, it just is. It just is compared to keyboard and mouse. It's just so much worse for COD, but it doesn't matter now, obviously. So anyway, moving on from that. Let's see what's next here. Oh, there's another good one from Biggie. Oh, this wasn't that long ago. That's why these are so appropriate. Okay. With casual mode taking up 3 playlists now. Wow. And then he lists them. Do you think the best way they can please everyone is to just have casual pubs for every playlist and ranked mode for solos through quads for BR? That way playlists are more limited, since it seems like COD's issues too many playlists. Yeah, no, I hate that idea. If you had that, then you'd either be playing against bots or in sweaty as fuck ranked lobbies, and that's it. There does need to be that middle ground lobby where it's just a normal game against other people. Like, imagine if you were playing multiplayer, right? And you like to play Hardpoint and Dom. Okay. Yeah. Imagine if the only way you could play Hardpoint was against literal bots or ranked mode, where you can use 2 guns and 1 flashbang. That would suck a lot. Like, both of those sound awful. I want to play bog standard Hardpoint. And Warzone, I think, is exactly the same way. I don't want to play casual. I don't want to play ranked, especially with how many cheaters there are. I super don't want to play ranked. I just want to kind of play the game against a variety of skill-leveled opponents. That's gone now, too. SBMM is so strict, but like something, again, we said on our latest Patreon episode, is I think the real play, honestly, ideally what I would want is no bots at all, of course. But like if you're going to have casual mode, that takes so many of the casual player base out of normal lobbies, so that when you play normal lobbies, only demons are left playing it. It's just like sweaty lobbies in regular games, super sweaty and ranked, and then casual. Because casual sucks up all the average and below players, so they're never in your lobbies again. That sucks a lot. What I think would be a better solution is how Fortnite does it, where they inject a dynamic percentage of bots into your game based on your skill level.
Every match, yep.
So there isn't a casual playlist at all anymore, but instead there are bots in every or most regular BR matches. So if you're in a low skill bracket, there's going to be a lot of bots in your lobby. If you're really good, there probably won't be any, or like very, very few. That way you're not splitting up your player base so much, especially because you're already splitting them up anyway by SBMM. What's the point? And also, I think this is where we're headed. I think this is very soon what's going to be happening. Yeah. The only reason I think it hasn't happened already is because they would have to admit to SBMM in like no uncertain terms once they do it. But I think that won't stop them. So, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to do it at some point. It's just a matter of when it's going to happen. It's going to be this integration, Warzone at the end of the year. Is it going to be sometime next year? But it's happening.
Yeah.
In every match eventually.
I already know that.
Yeah.
So anyway, let's see. This is funny from High Rise. Would DMZ have played better if the other players were better at the game?
That's actually a really good question. Probably, actually. If there were better opponents to go up against, maybe. But I don't know, because most of the fun actually came from
stunting.
Like 1v6ing the shit cans and them getting mad, so maybe not. Yeah, maybe not. That's a funny question, though.
It is a funny question, but yeah, I don't think so. Because yeah, the fun of DMZ was griefing players. Like genuinely for like 3 seasons in a row, the new guns would come out or updates. And instead of like buying the battle pass tier skips or whatever, I would just be like, oh, okay, I'm going to solo queue for DMZ and run at the first person I see. There will be 4. I'll kill all of them easily. And sure enough, all of them will have Black Cell and both of the new guns. I will take them. I'll hit a chopper out. I'll do a gritty on the way. I've unlocked all the new guns. Done.
You hitting that gritty? Yeah.
Literally, like 3 seasons in a row, I did that easily. That was, and they would often get mad because there was proc chat and I would be barking at them. Yeah. So that was the fun for me of DMZ. Absolutely. I think it would have benefited from better players if there were more of them. But like you saw so few people in DMZ anyway that I don't know. I don't think it would have mattered that much. There just weren't that many real people. Or at least ones I saw. Maybe if they were better, I'd see them more though, to be fair. Because everyone was a scared, terrified pussy. Quiet, scared, terrified pussy hiding from me. So, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, dude, yeah. It was fun playing that when we did the few times.
It was really fun.
That's a game that's got like a 10-hour max limit on it, and then it'll never be fun again. I don't think we did 10 hours of it, but it was good. The best 5 hours of my life.
Once we learned how bad all the players were, it was great stuff, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
and then
really
just griefing them and be like, oh, all right, can you res me now? No.
Or they
we fought and I wiped you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah.
Oh, let's assimilate, guys. No.
Yeah, no. Fucking no. And then they get all mad and they like type in chat. Yeah.
Yep. Hey, hold this Semtex.
Yeah.
He tosses him a Semtex grenade. An active one. A live one. Okay, Tolar, do you think if COD released a fucking creative mode that the user base would create a Warzone map that would be celebrated by the entire community? No, of course not, no.
No.
Nothing will ever exist that's celebrated by the entire community, first of all.
The death of Warzone might.
Nor 80% even.
The final day of Warzone existing might be celebrated by the entire community.
Yeah, we're popping champagne on that day.
You know what I was thinking about with champagne? We're 6 days out from Low Cap's anniversary of his death when he died. Gonna pop some champagne for him, man?
To Low Cap, rather.
When he met that violent grizzly.
He met his grizzly violent end, Yeah, and his skull just fucking hurtled into a telephone
don't ride
pole.
Motorcycles. Guys.
Yeah, don't drink
unless
and
you want to
ride
die.
motorcycles.
Go ahead, that's fine.
Yeah.
But you're going to eventually die riding a motorcycle.
Yeah,
that helps.
Yep, and that I think was the last thing I told him. Stupid fuck.
He's dead,
that's on him.
way.
Yeah, and he is dead. Low Cap's fucking dead. Yeah. So anyway, I don't know. Creative mode. I don't know. Man.
I mean, they can make some cool stuff, but even like the Fortnite creative stuff, I don't know.
If I can't play multiplayer,
I guess,
if I can't play pubs on it, I don't care. That's the thing. Like Halo had the really cool Forge mode or whatever, Halo 3. And that was cool and all, but you had to queue custom games. You couldn't level or get XP. At least not that I remember on those maps. So it didn't really matter. It would have to be a creative mode where okay, someone makes a Warzone map. And then it's added to the pubs pool. Then it would be really cool because I guarantee you someone in the community would make way better maps than Activision's ever made. Obviously.
Yeah.
But I mean, this is so far outside the realm of possibility that I mean, who knows? Or cares?
Yeah.
So, anyway. Yeah. So anyway.
Oh, we're almost caught up on questions. Nice.
Woo! Oh shit, we are. From Miniature Lemon Frames. Coming from your bonus app that mentioned playing other good games, there aren't any. I'm realizing no shooter or single player game scratches that itch that COD does. Where do I go from here?
Well, we figured it out already. We came to this realization. Nothing else is scratching that itch, Lemon, because you probably play on controller and you're getting shit on in other games. Because COD's made it too easy for you. So unfortunately, you're stuck with COD. That's just how it is. There's no other game. That's how they get people. Yeah,
no hope for Lemon Frames, huh? Is that what they're saying?
I mean, probably not, realistically. Unless he plays K-BAM too and has access to a personal computer.
Yeah, that's
If you have a console, Lemon Frames, there are no other games.
Yeah, genuinely.
Hope that
actually.
helps. If you have a PC, there are a lot of them to choose from. But yeah, I mean, a game like a Battlefield 6 coming out, that would be one. Maybe Rainbow Six Siege.
I feel like if you have COD fatigue, you probably shouldn't want to find a game similar to COD. Honestly,
yeah, that's true.
Like when I have COD fatigue, I don't get like an urge to go play like Halo or X Defiant.
Well, nobody does, yeah.
Or Splitgate. I have urges to play games that are wholly dissimilar. Because if I wanted to play some arcade shooter game, I'd be playing COD. Yeah, Tanner's right though. If you're on console, there are no other good games, and I hope that helps. Sell it. If you're on PC, you have a ton of options though. There are a ton of good games, but I just have to know more about you. Like, what games do you like, man? I don't know.
Yeah.
If you've never tried anything else, then go to get a computer, go to Steam, and then go to the best sellers of all time, and then poke around until something looks cool. You'll probably like it. You'll definitely like it more than COD right now. And it's really actually that simple. But yeah, like, I'd have to know what kind of games you like. But there are even other shooter games that are, again, really good, like we've gone over, you know. And the cool thing about computer games too, by the way, is which I don't know if console has many of, if any, probably has some, is free-to-play games. PC has a lot of free-to-play games where you can just try it. So like the game I've been playing right now, free-to-play, I haven't spent any money on it, Arena Breakout Infinite. It's like a Tarkov knockoff clone, but it's fun, and it's free, and it's like way different than COD. Again, I get to play on keyboard and mouse, and it's like an extraction shooter, so it's just totally different than COD. And it's free, so like if I hadn't liked it, that's fine. I uninstall it and no harm, no foul. But I did. And there are so many free-to-play games on PC that you can avail yourself to and then find, you know, what seems kind of good or interesting. And I think, yeah, browsing Steam, like best sellers or highest rated would be the way to go. But also, Tanner's right. If you are a controller player, which you probably are, my genuine advice to you would be get like a decent mouse and start playing your next shooter, not COD, on keyboard and mouse. And that is a whole other fun can of worms, is trying to learn how to do that and get good at that. And it's really super gratifying to like play a shooter on KBAM, especially when you get like a fucking nasty flick. Oh man, it's so fun. It's so fun.
Yeah. Or I mean, if you have Xbox and you have Game Pass too, there's a ton of games on there. Play some single player games.
Oh, I guess that too. Yeah. True. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. Yeah, I would just need to know more about you. But like, let me be super clear. If you like any video game, there is another game you would also like. There doesn't exist a person that likes only one video game. That's not real. Unless you're talking about like, I could argue maybe Pokemon players only like Pokemon, because that is like a very, very, very unique game. Even then, I kind of doubt it though, because it's very RPG-ish. You'd probably like others like that. But like, if you like COD, there are other games you will enjoy. I promise you. They exist. You will be able to scratch that itch. You just got to find it. Next is from Pat, Lots of Spaces Rick, friend of the pod. What makes a game, good to watch on stream? This is another good question. I'm a watching game streams enjoyer. Connoisseur, even. And that's a really good question. My favorite game overall to watch is definitely Tarkov. Escape from Tarkov. But you can't just recommend that to everyone, because if you don't know what Tarkov is, you will not at all enjoy watching it. If you do, then it's really, really fun to watch, because it's an extraction shooter. Imagine if DMZ was like good and hardcore, And if you died, it sucks a lot. So it really matters. It's really high stakes. That's Tarkov. So you can watch someone, and let's say he's on one of those tasks where you have to survive like one raid on each map without dying. That's like one of the hardest, if not the hardest task in Tarkov. Maybe not the hardest, but it's one of the hardest for sure.
They have a lot of hard ones now. Yeah.
And like it takes hours because you got to survive. I think now it's like 10 raids in a row. So you have to play on this map, not die. You have to extract. And then the next one, not die, extract, etc. So like many times you'll be watching some streamer, and they all have to do it because they all go for the reward at the end. So every time there's a new wipe, 6 hours later, everyone's going to be on the guide who streams, and you're going to be watching them, and they're going to be like, all right, this is map 10. We're going shoreline. I'm fucking huffing straight to Path to Lighthouse. Please, God, don't let me die. Because if you die, you fail. You have to start all over. And that's, by the time you reach that point, it's been probably 9 maps, 2.5 hours. Like a long time.
Yeah.
So then they're going to the extract and they see a 4-man creeping around, and they're like, fuck, dude. And also you die in like 1 bullet in that game. Like it's kind of depends, but like you can,
you die in 1 bullet or 20
or 1,000. Yeah. So including the scab buck. So like it's crazy. Yeah, you can get fucking slammed. So then it's like, do I hide? Can I? Do I need to kill these guys? Are they coming at me? Because I really don't want to die here and have to start this shit over. Yeah. That's really fun. But if you don't know what the fuck the guide is, and you just come in, you see a guy and he sees 4 other guys, and it sounds like he doesn't want to die. Which could be still like cool and fun and exciting to watch because it's a gunfight, but like not anything like that. So I think one thing that makes a game good to watch on stream is knowing what it is. I can't think of a game I would enjoy watching on stream if I didn't know what it was or like what was going on.
Yeah.
To be honest.
Yeah, I mean, for me, the best game also is... It's Tarkov. It's the best game to watch. I don't really watch many streams at all anymore, but if I do ever, it's Tarkov. Yeah, what makes a game good though? It's generally just what games you like. It's pretty much that simple.
Yeah.
Like I find watching COD streams incredibly uninteresting, but they're very popular. Some of them.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean Tarkov I think will always be the #1 game for me to watch on stream, and I mean I haven't played in I don't know, a year, 8 months, something like that.
Yeah.
And it's still the best by far. But yes, and then some games are just awful. Like let's see, what are some other games? Hell Let Loose, terrible game to watch on stream. Fucking awful.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's not enough if you play the game or know it to make it good to watch. Because there are a lot of games I like playing, but I'll never ever watch a stream of it. It's boring as fuck. Yeah.
Yep.
So.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't even think of any other games. Streaming isn't good. Watching streams isn't fun. Hope that helps.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, it's good. Honestly, also, it's not really so much about the game as the streamer. That's another thing, too. Like, I can watch, fucking XQC play a lot more games than Nate Gibson. Or like Moon.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I can watch a lot more Moon streams than, again, Nate Gibson. Not to pick on Nate. Nice guy, just boring. Or like Tfue is another one. I can't watch Tfue streams. Not that he streams anymore, but I remember him being super boring. Just didn't talk. Nuts. Just didn't talk. Boring. So it's like, I think that's most of what makes a good stream is the streamer. You know what I mean? There was another good game I really liked watching. That's what it all comes
down to, actually. You're right. And that's why I like Tarkov streams still also, is because I like the people that I watch. And let's see. That's also probably why Hell Let Loose streams are boring, because everybody's like super serious because they're like fucking nerds, you know?
They're 100 years old.
That's also why they're incredibly uninteresting. Yeah.
Alcoholics. Yeah. Slip discs.
Yeah.
From their time draft dodging Vietnam. Another good game I liked watching though a lot actually was it's a game I would actually never play. But here's another one for me. Single player games with cool stories I think are really good to watch on stream. So like the latest God of War, for example. I'm not playing God of War. I don't care. I don't like that style of game. I'm certainly not spending money for it. Looks cool, I guess. Looks neat. But like that style of video game just doesn't appeal to me. However, it's pretty and the story was really cool. So I was like, I'll just watch a stream of this instead, get the story, and then if the streamer's good, I'll be entertained along the way. And great, I got all of the value I would get anyway out of that game just by watching a stream. There was another one called, what was it called? I've talked about it before. It's, Anthology, fucking Meridian, the Dark Pictures Anthology. There's like a series of games, and they're like story games. They're like, you walk around and you either do like a quick time event or you just like pick where you go and then like what decisions you make. It's, imagine an interactive choose your own adventure book. That's like what these games are. That gameplay, of course, is awful. Like, that's not fun at all. You literally walk around, you do a quick time event where you press square at the right time every 3 hours, and then you like decide, oh, should we go left or right? Should I save him or should I shoot him in the head? Whatever. That gameplay is boring as fuck, but the stories are really cool. And when you're watching a streamer, they can make a fucked decision and then it bites them in the ass and everyone laughs at them. That's fun. It's funny. It's cool. Those were really, really fun streams for me to watch, actually, also. But I would never fucking play those games, like, ever. Because it's just a story game. Once I know the story, I'm good.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah. I don't like it watching really any of those big streamers, like XQC and them. Because if they're playing a game I don't care about, then I find it uninteresting, actually. For some reason, so.
That's fair.
But like I said, watching streams isn't good, so. Streaming isn't good either.
Yeah. Yeah. If it runs on electricity, it sucks. I spent 3 days trying to undervolt my CPU and GPU, only to just discover today can't. My game will crash if either one is undervolted at all. So I'm right back to stock fucking settings on everything, as if I hadn't spent hours doing all of that anyway.
That sucks, man. You wasted a lot of Veggie's time, poor guy.
Well, I still did the microcode update.
For you, possibly tens of thousands.
He had lots of words for me. No, I did it. I still got some benefit because I updated my CPU and it does run colder now, but not because it's undervolted. I can't. It shit crashes. So most of my time I wasted a lot. Yeah, but now I know. Piece of shit computer I have. Piece of dog shit computer. Bad shit computer and GPU.
Right, yeah.
They're both old as fuck. The CPU isn't that old, but it's an Intel product, so it's a piece of shit. I should sell my stock. Anyway, Ben asked a great question, but I think the answer will surprise many of you. The ODB, is this the earliest that the waiting room, that's short for old dying bitch, phenomenon?
Yeah, we got it.
Has occurred with a... Okay, I'll read this again. Is this the earliest that the waiting room phenomenon has occurred with a COD title? I think someone asked this recently as well. It feels like yes, but actually I don't think it is, because when Verdansk came out, it felt like that was like day one of the integration, when in reality it was season 3. So it still like feels new-ish kind of, or seems like it is, but we're still in a waiting room. So like, oh my God, it happened so early. But in reality, I think the waiting room shit started probably like season 3 Reloaded by then. And I think that's about the same time as it always is. Yeah, honestly. As much as I would love to say this is an exceptionally bad game by COD standards, it really isn't. It's just exceptionally stale because Warzone's been around 5 years now, not 4 or 3 or 2 or 1 or 0.
Yeah.
In case you guys didn't know the other numbers.
For me, this year has been the earliest. Yes, I would say. Absolutely.
For you, yeah.
I was in the waiting room for something else like 2 weeks into this Warzone life cycle. I've hated it from the beginning.
Yeah.
Never wrong. Never late. That's me. So, yeah. I mean, yeah. Treyarch games always feel terrible to me, and they continue to be that way. So,
yeah.
And there's nothing to look forward to. Hope that helps, Ben.
It's just the next integration.
I'm not even in a waiting room. There's nothing to fucking wait for, man.
You checked out of the lobby, huh?
I'm in one of those rooms they put crazy people in where the walls are padded. That's me. There's nothing.
Yeah. What is that? What do they call it?
I'm in one of those rooms.
A padded room?
I don't know. I'm in a padded room.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Cool.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Yes, Call of Duty.
Another good game to watch on stream, by the way. There were lots of good streams during COVID, actually. Trainwreck's had my favorite streams.
Everything was better during COVID, unfortunately.
Yeah, true. He had the podcast, the Trainwreck's podcast. That was good. And the Among Us streams were fucking hilarious. Because they would get so pissed at each other. They would get so mad. And of course, anything with drama is the best content. Yeah. And gossip and dramas for girls. Shut up, bitch. We all think that. Wow. We all love drama. We all love it. Don't lie. Don't pretend you're above it. You're not. You want to gobble it up just like you're fucking whatever. Those were the best ever. Because, there would be screaming matches over fucking Among Us. The most childish, retarded pile of shit indie game screaming matches. It was fucking hilarious. That was good too. So anything that has a lot of drama is always good stuff. Great stuff, some would say. Or of course, if you're trying to learn how to get better. So like any kind of PvP thing. But anyway, Kev with the super chat of $9.99. Yeah, Kev. Yeah.
That's a Kev.
Do you guys plan on doing BO7? Nope.
Oh, no, Kev. He's asking that as a joke. I hope he is.
BO7 camo grind pods, if not, why? Actually, maybe for me, because the reason I didn't do the Mastery camo this year was because, naively, I thought I was going to instead do the Warzone Mastery camo.
Oh, you did. Yeah. That's right.
So I was like, I'm not going to bother.
Stupid fuck. I forgot about that. Wow. Yeah. Yeah, you're incredible.
And then once the Warzone camos came out, obviously I'm not doing those. I'm not going to get 3 kills on people that are flashed when that's impossible to do in multiplayer, let alone when someone has triple the health or whatever, double. So see ya, done. So then we just didn't do any at all. This year, BO7 camo, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how bullshit it is. If there's like a riot shield or a launcher, probably not. Probably not.
I'll
probably
do it.
Not.
Yeah, I'll do it, and we'll talk about it, Kev. Don't worry.
Okay, Tanner has it. Tanner will lock it down. Tanner will do the launchers and the melee weapons, and then I'll do the fully automatic weapons, and then we will have tips for everything. So that'll be how we do it.
Yeah, we'll do it. Yeah.
And we'll just Photoshop the camo onto our guns.
Hey, Raz, how much aim assist do you get playing Warzone with the Switch 2?
Okay.
Ask Spidey.
Yeah, that's a good question, Spidey. I do own a Nintendo Switch 2, by the way.
Oh, yeah, you still playing that thing? How's that going?
No, fuck no.
Oh, no.
It's collecting
you
dust.
already gave up on it, huh? Yeah.
It's just there's no games for it yet, so I'm just waiting.
Those devices are for people who like go and do things. That's what I think. That's why like I almost bought a Switch last year, 2 years ago. One of the times we were going to Hawaii. So I was like, ooh, that sounds kind of fun. Something to do on the plane. And then I thought about it for another 10 minutes. I'm like, no, I'll never fucking use it when I'm home because I have a computer.
Yeah.
So I never bought one. So hope that helps. You're a real stupid fuck.
I'm just
Fuck ass decision.
It's a Pokemon fucking ZA waiting room. Once that comes out, I'll be back on it.
Okay.
I'm still glad I got it, dude. I got the max trade-in value I was going to get for my Switch 1. That's the only reason I bought it so early. Because otherwise, yeah, I'd just wait until the next Pokemon game comes out. But anyway, didn't ask, stupid fuck. Yeah, it's going to be funny when people are playing Warzone on a Switch, by the way. I was going to say what a good lobby that would be, but with those tiny miniature analog sticks, they're going to get crazy aim assist. And you'll never see them anyway because everyone's going to be in their own private lobby against bots. So, won't matter. Play on what you want. That was a great question from Spidey. A two-parter. What percentage of COD devs do you think actually play the game a meaningful amount? Okay. And how many of those have a KD higher than 0.7?
I mean, so genuinely, what percentage of COD devs do you think actually play the game a meaningful amount? Probably, I would say like sub 20%. I don't know the number. And how many of them have a higher KD higher than 7.7? I mean, I think the majority of the ones who actually play a meaningful amount probably have a KD higher than 0.7. So I don't know, whatever that means.
Let me put it this way. I have been playing Warzone since it launched. And the total hours I have across all the iterations is lots. I don't have a number for you. And when you combine that with all the people in our entire Discord who are active, of every single person, myself included, over 5 years in our entire Discord who have seen a COD dev in a game of Warzone, the number is 2 in 5 years that I can remember. One of them was me. I saw a dev on Urzikstan this year. First one, only one. The other one, oh, I'm sorry. It was the same dev Jake saw in the same game. That's it. So everyone in our entire Discord in 5 years, unless you remember any other instance ever, Tanner, but I don't, we've seen one dev. We've seen one dev ever in Warzone.
I've seen more in multiplayer for sure, but
you
Warzone,
see them in
there haven't been
multiplayer.
many.
Yes, you see
but
them
it's
in
also
multiplayer.
SPM exists, and we wouldn't be in their lobbies, so they could be playing a little bit more than that. You never know.
That's also possible. Yeah, that's also possible. But
yeah.
But I mean, still. So that means one of two things. One, Activision devs do not play their own game is the first thing it might mean, which I'm thinking is probably the answer. I would venture to say Warzone specifically, what percentage of COD devs play it a meaningful amount? Genuinely 2 to 5%. Maybe 5. I'm thinking like 2%. There are probably about 10 or less. I'm not joking. Like, I actually think that. Because I think a lot of them probably just play fucking Plunder, like that guy that loves Metaphor. He said, oh, I'll ban this guy real quick for you, Metaphor. Let me just get out of this Plunder match. He unironically said that in a fucking chat. It's just insane. Don't play Plunder. There are tons of them, and they're dog shit, so we never see them. That's possible, I guess. But in our entire Discord, no one ever has seen a dev?
Yeah,
because we have shit players. Respectfully, we have lots of shit players. Maybe they wouldn't know if they saw a dev, actually, to be fair. But they have a giant dev clan tag. So, like, it's infinitesimal amounts.
Well, it's like I think when you're working on something like that, you're also just like actually less likely to play it more often. Like I still follow this Scum dev. That's a video game. And I can't find the tweet now, but he was talking on Twitter the other day to somebody. He was like replying to this guy, and he's like, well, like I've put in a lot of like my own hours in this game, blah, blah. And he was like, I had over 400 hours on live servers on top of like the hours we have like in the studio doing stuff. So he has 400 personal hours. He's worked on this game. He's been employed by this company since 2020. 400 hours on live servers of the game you work on in 5 years is not a fucking lot of hours at all.
Yeah, it's not.
That's hardly anything. So that's what I'm saying. Like, I think most of these devs just like they genuinely don't play their games that often. Yeah. And I'm not sure anybody would want to either. If you're working on it 40 hours a week, I'm not sure you want to go home and play it. I actually kind of understand it. But I mean, yeah, I don't know. I certainly wouldn't.
Well, if I was working on COD, I wouldn't play it, but it wouldn't have to do with me working on it.
Yes,
because the game fucking is terrible, dog shit trash. Yep. I mean, maybe, I guess, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what a dev does, but like, if you're like coding and shit, I don't see how that's like dissimilar, or that's like similar to like actually playing. I don't know, but I hate the devs. That's why I think most of them don't
actually play, because half of them are just like artists and stuff, and all they wanted to do is work on video game art. They don't care about
I don't expect those people to play, but I'm talking about the guy. There's someone in charge of like, we're lowering the damage range of the MP5 by this amount. That guy better play once. He better play once, one time. Otherwise, on what basis are you making any of these decisions? And again, if you really don't want to,
their data, that's it.
I guess, yeah. And if you really don't want to, fine. Hire consultants. You guys have any of these fucking streamers would come if you said on Discord or in their Twitch stream, hey man, can I run some shit by you? Because we are working on the next patch, and I'm curious what we should do to the game. One time. Instead, they do the fake dog and pony show where they have creator calls where they don't get feedback at all. They just launder their reputation. They tell the fucking people what they are already going to do and not get feedback at all.
Yeah.
And then they can pretend that they are getting community feedback when they do that. Yeah. They're not. They're making all the decisions, doing all the work, and then calling Iceman, Isaac, and Jowo and saying, here's exactly what we're doing. Hope that helps. Hanging up and then being able to tweet, we did community calls, so we got your feedback, guys. Don't worry. And then serve us up a heaping, steaming pile of dog shit. And they get to say, oh, this is based on community feedback. Fuck the devs. Terrible game. Really bad stuff. So... How many of them have a KD higher than 0.7? Of the ones, if any, who actually play, I would all of them.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
0.7's fucking horrendous. Really bad. So,
especially in this game. Yeah.
Realistically, I think a COD dev who plays would be slightly above average. So like 1.1 to 1.3. 1.3 is actually pretty good. But like in that range, I would say. But there's no like good COD dev, no. Like they've never gotten like a clip. Like it's just never happened. Not on live servers anyway. So. And you can just tell when you listen to them talk about the game, the ones that claim to play it. Like we went over the fucking that interview with the French Canadian and the other guy. And the 100-year-old guy?
Yes.
Yeah. And they just talked about the game, and it's like, ew. Like, you obviously don't play. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, like when they said, fuck, I don't remember exactly what it was, but like, oh yeah, we wanted to give people the opportunity in the late game to hit a loadout to depending on the zone. So if I have a sniper, or if I have if I have a sniper out, or if I have an AR out and I want to, and the next zone is like in the open, I want to be able to buy a loadout and get my sniper loadout instead going into the late game. And I went on a whole fucking thing about this, because if you've ever played before, that's fucking retarded. You would never do that. You would never have your loadout and have to go scrounge money to drop 10K to buy 2 UAVs basically for that, by the way. Plates, gas masks, self-revive. So many better things if you already have a loadout. But no, this guy said, oh no, I want to be able to buy a second loadout. It's retarded. That guy doesn't play. No one's ever done that. No one's ever done that. So that's why we say that devs don't play their own game. Even when they claim to, it's fake. They expose themselves instantly. Because that's not a real player. No one's ever done that. None of you have ever had your loadout and not had 30 grand and then decided, let's loot so that we can buy another loadout even though we all have one. It's never happened. No one who's played has ever done that. So, yeah. But he's the head of development for Warzone. That's cool, man. That's great. We don't need consulting at all. We're in touch with the game and the players and how it's played. Stupid fucks. Yeah, so anyway. Okay, what? Okay, so Urban's just not talking about COD anymore, which I welcome. Thoughts on adaptive difficulty for boss fights? So this is obviously not about zombies. Oh, I mean, maybe, zombies, I guess.
So maybe, I don't know.
The better you play up until that point, the harder the boss becomes. Huh. I'd rather just have a difficulty setting.
Yeah.
To be honest.
Yeah. Bro's trying to add SBMM to single player games, huh?
Yeah, it's just diabolical. Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
Didn't ask. And then Steel Switch.
Steel's just asking a non-gaming question in the gaming channel.
I'll take it because I'm pissed off about the devs.
It's going to be the best question we've had today, unfortunately.
Easily.
Yeah.
Well, not really, because it's kind of an obvious question. At least a lot of it is. What is the most important part of a burger? The bun, the patty, the cheese, the sauce/dressings, toppings, or extra proteins as toppings? Bacon, eggs.
I'm not sure that's obvious. I'm interested to see what your answer is if you think it's that obvious.
Well, the first most important thing is obvious, and that's the patty. Well,
yeah. See, I don't know. I don't think it is.
Don't eat a Red Robin burger with a great bun and tell me the patty's not the most important thing, because it is.
Well, that doesn't count because they make theirs a fucking puck.
Yeah.
That doesn't count, man.
The burnt piece of shit Red Robin patties ruin the burger.
But they're also piece of shit because the bread is usually dry as hell. That's the other part of it.
That's true, but the bread's always dry as hell. Anyway, well, what are you thinking?
I don't know. They kind of all got to go together, man. It's the cheese. If there's cheese, it almost doesn't matter what kind it is.
I agree.
That's not it.
Yeah, it's not cheese.
Sauce and dressing's important, but it's not the most important. Toppings very important, but I'm gonna be honest, man. I think it's the bun.
That's insane.
I think it's the bun.
That's crazy work.
I think it is.
What kind of bun do you like best?
One that's not shit. Because I'm just thinking. Because if you think of it this way, take a McDonald's patty. On their burger, it's fine. Take all the same toppings and put it on a piece of wheat sandwich bread at home. That's still a bun. It's going to be terrible, right?
If you put a burger inside of wheat bread, it'll be awful. Yeah, I'll give you that.
That's a bun, man.
Yeah,
what if you put it on a ciabatta bun? It's not going to be good.
Yeah.
What if you put it on a piece of sourdough toast? It's not going to be good.
But if you put a Red Robin patty in between two perfectly toasted brioche premium buttered buns, it's still going to be kind of ass.
Yeah. It's bun or patty. It's one of the two. I don't know.
Yeah, it's one of those two. I think those are the most. Yeah, I think those are probably the most important.
Yeah.
For me, it's patty number one.
Most people think. Yeah.
It's patty number one. Number two is bun. Yeah, because here's another thing. If you get like lettuce, tomato, and shit, whatever. Because like what I usually do at In-N-Out, or sometimes do at In-N-Out, I never get lettuce because lettuce is shit. I don't like. I'm not a lettuce guy. It's fine, but it just gets in my way. Just get rid of it. Doesn't have any nutritional value or flavor. But I'll have some tomato on there, and I'll like get a couple bites. It's usually quite good, but eventually I'm done with the tomato. I'm not eating the whole tomato, so I just have whatever number of bites I want of it, and then I just slip it out, easy peasy, beautiful cover girl, and then I keep eating it, and that's fine. But you can't do that with the patty or the bun. Like if I get tired of the patty, that's it. I'm done eating. I'm not eating a burger without a fucking meat in it. That would be insane. And same with the bun. If the bun's awful, you can't just give up on the bun midway through. Or if you don't like it, you can't give up on it. But you can with like toppings, usually. Like lettuce, tomato, pickles. Yeah. Like you can just get them out of here. And you can keep eating. Then it's fine.
Yeah.
So patty's number one, bun is number two. Cheese, as you said, it doesn't matter. Unless someone fucks around and puts like goat cheese on it, that might ruin it, but don't do that. If you get American cheese, it's fine. Like it'll be fine, I don't care.
Any cheese, almost, yeah.
Yeah. So then after that, I guess it would be sauce. But even then, that's kind of hard to... No, it's sauce. So it's patty, bun, sauce. Because sauce you can't really take off very easily if it sucks. And on occasion, I've gotten a burger with like their special sauce and it's not good. And it kind of fucking ruins it. Yeah. That actually might be worse than the bun. I'm going to be honest.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be
that
honest.
wasn't his question. Hope that helps, but yeah.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, we're not ranking.
Said, what's the most important?
Yeah.
So stop ranking them. Hope that helps.
My bad. Yeah, I thought it was a ranking. Well, if I had to,
they all need to go together. It's kind of hard to rank them.
Yeah. And then extra protein's crazy. Because again, if you don't like it, you just take it off, kind of. What are your thoughts on an egg on a burger? You ever done
Terrible. Ramin's getting crazy in chat. People in North America don't season the beef patty, which is crazy. And I asked at restaurants or like people barbecuing at home, and he said burger shacks or restaurants.
That's
I don't know a
true.
single even fast food chain burger place that doesn't season their beef patty.
Yeah,
every single place does.
If by North America you mean the country of Canada, you may and indeed probably are correct. But in the great United States of America, we season the fuck out of our meat, obviously. Yeah. And don't disparage us in that way.
I mean,
again.
everyone, unless you're not counting like salt and pepper as seasoning, which I mean it is, and that's like restaurants at a bare minimum use that. So I don't know. Yeah, I'm not sure where you're eating, man, but maybe stop going there. Find a better burger place.
Yeah. And then we have another live question. Agent is circumventing the need to donate to us to ask a question.
Base.
Because we don't have enough in Discord based, and I respect it, so we will answer it. What's good, Agent? If you were to try country food, which does not mean what you think it is, listener. It doesn't mean what you think it does at all. If you were to try country food, in parentheses, food right off the land, what would you try? Keep in mind, Agent is an Eskimo.
He lives so when he says country miles away from any civilization.
Right, exactly. When he says country food, it does not mean fucking grits and gravy. It means this shit, I guess. Caribou, musk ox. I don't know what that is.
I don't know what that is.
So let's keep that in mind. Any edible bird, geese, duck, etc. I'm going to assume you don't mean chicken. Or seal. Wow.
Right off the land, caribou.
Well, let me look up musk ox. I want to take a peek at this sucker. The fuck's a musk ox?
They look kind of like a fluffy, slightly more mean cow.
Yeah.
They're kind of cute, man. I like them.
They are cute, actually, yeah. I'd gut one and eat it. Yeah.
Let that thing hang.
This probably would taste a lot like beef, honestly.
Yeah, I think you're right. I'm changing my answer to that because you know what? Caribou might be tough. I don't know why.
It's probably pretty gamey. They keep that thing. Yeah, keep the motor running.
We're going muskox.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Yeah, I'm going muskox as well. Caribou is going to be real gamey and tough and shit. Although also I would like to try an edible bird that I haven't. Have you had duck before? I actually think I have had duck. It's fine.
Yeah,
it's not great.
It's fine. It's worse than chicken.
It's worse than chicken. Precipitously worse than chicken. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I wouldn't try seal.
I have to go to the bathroom, so.
What'd you say?
I said we're done. By the way, I'm about to.
Oh, we're done, huh?
So,
that's it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, there's no other questions either.
Yeah, and Rumian's just getting mixy. Be praised for the gifted sub. Let's fucking go. Thank you, big dog. Giga kind of you. And that's it. She wrote everything down. Which is to say that's all she wrote. Yeah. All right, yeah, thanks for being here, guys. I hate the devs. No one hates them enough. Keep that in mind. And we will be back, next week with some kind of schedule.
We'll be back 2 days next week for sure.
Yep.
No surprises.
Yeah, and that's it. Activision devs, I don't know. They fucking suck, whatever.
Yeah.
I don't care.